What's poppin', YouTube? And you know what I'm saying? Yep, this is a back-to-back video, you feel me? But we finna react to 3 True 7-Eleven Horror Stories Animated. Horror Shorts Party. Let's get into it. What is this? Love feet. Facts. I do love me some feet. I really do. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, these is real stories, bruh. Real stories.
My first job out of high school was the night shift at a 7-Eleven on the outskirts of town. For the most part, it was the most boring job imaginable, and I'm pretty sure I was half asleep for the majority of my time on the clock. What made it a lot more simple than the same shift at other locations was the fact that after midnight, I was only allowed to let customers into the store if they were paying for gas with cash at the register. Otherwise, the store was functionally closed for most of my shift, and my job had more to do with cleaning and replacing things to prepare for the morning shift. That was the perk of being right by the interstate exit. I barely ever had to deal with people, and that was great for me because I've always had more than a fair deal of social anxiety. However, it's not like my first real job helped me get over any of it. In all honesty, what happened during my last shift there definitely set me back several years. It started out like any normal shift. Monday nights were always super dead. A few cars came through to get gas in the first hour, but nobody came into the store. I was so bored that I had already started mopping before the store even closed. About halfway through the aisles, I realized it was a few minutes past 12, so I stepped away to go lock the front door and flip the sign from open to closed. Right as I did this, I took another look outside, and that's when I saw the creepiest night shift freak I've ever seen. Walking to the pumping station toward the front door. He looked like he was taller than the gas pumps, and just about wider than one too.
Damn, how tall is he?
He locked eyes with me as he approached and didn't look away. I could see that he didn't have a car, so I was relieved that I wouldn't have to let him inside. I pointed to the closed sign and double-checked that the door was locked, then walked back to the
Why is he so tall, bro? How tall is he? Like 8 feet?
He rattled the door and started knocking on the glass.
Play ball or something, bro?
I turned away and broke eye contact, hoping that if I ignored him for a few minutes, he would just go away. For a moment, I thought it had worked because I couldn't hear him anymore. Unfortunately, by the time I finished mopping the aisles in the bathroom and got up to mop the area in front of the door, he was still there.
Yo, what's up with this dude, bruh?
It startled me the way he was just waiting, crouched down to my eye level with his gigantic hands up against the glass, so he could stare inside with this super intense smile.
Open up, I want Slurpee.
Sorry, but we're closed.
Nah.
The register is for gas
First of
purchases
all,
only after 12 o'clock. Immediately, that jolly expression drained from his face and he scowled at me before backing off and walking away. The encounter gave me the creeps, but I was able to just shrug it off thinking he was gone. I finished mopping the rest of the store, and after I drained the bucket, I decided to take a 5 or 10 minute break in the back room while the floor dried. When I went back to the register and looked out the front door, I saw the last thing I wanted to see. That freakishly tall man was back, and now he was standing outside beside a car by one of the gas pumps. By the time I noticed him, he was already staring at me. I swore under my breath as he started making his way to the door again. Here was the exact sort of interaction that I dreaded every single night, and now it was about to happen.
Pump number 4.
How are you paying?
Cash.
My heart sank as I knew there was no avoiding letting him into the store for any reason other than outright denying him, which I was too nervous to do.
Don't let him in.
He was the sort of person I expected to break down the door if I rubbed him the
don't
wrong
let him in.
Reluctantly,
Don't let him in.
I walked around the counter and unlocked the door for him. I wanted to put some space between us, so I walked right back around to the register so he'd have to open the door himself. When I was at the register,
why is he so tall, bro?
Looming over me by at least 2 feet.
Sheesh, bro.
On pump 4. That's when the brute grabbed me by my collar and screamed in my face.
Slurpee, I want Slurpee.
Yo,
Give me Slurpee.
hands off,
he
bro.
lifted me up over the counter like I was nothing.
Dang.
For a split second, I was so high in the air that I thought he was going to slam me against the ground and crack my skull open, but I was saved by a lucky shot. While I was flailing in his grasp, I managed to push off by kicking my feet straight to his
fire,
chest,
but bro,
making him drop me to
you
the
letting a
floor
grown
and
man pick
stagger
you up
back.
like that?
I took my moment
Come on,
to get
bruh.
away and sprinted into the bathroom and locked the door behind me, calling the
Yeah.
police immediately. From there, it was a waiting game of being terrified that he'd try to break the lock on the door, something I'm sure he could have done if he wanted to. Luckily, the police were only a few minutes away. By
Word?
the time they arrived, the brute was gone, and so was everything in the Slurpee machine. But strangely, the car from earlier was still parked outside by the pump. When the cops went over to investigate it, they found an unconscious man slumped over in the driver's seat. I was fine, so the ambulance that the
Wait,
dispatcher had
was
called
he
in for
dead?
me ended up taking that guy to the hospital. After he was gone, the cops had me show them the security footage from the night. We saw that giant creep walk up to the car right after it parked and smashed the driver's side window. Then he appeared to have strangled the man inside before stuffing him out of view so he could pose as the owner of the car. The part that gets me,
Holy
though, is
smokes.
despite the fact that this weirdo was the most distinct looking person I've ever seen, he has never been found. How a 7+ foot tall giant simply disappears, I don't know. One thing I do know
What
is
the
that someone who would go through so much trouble and be so violent over something as minor as a Slurpee is someone I never want to see again.
Ah,
If he ever
facts.
showed
Like,
up
why you
again,
so-
I'd be scared for my life.
Why you
And
so
that's just not
pressed
the
over a
social
Slurpee,
anxiety
dude?
speaking. Needless to say, I can't work at 7-Elevens anymore. This story was
Holy
inspired by a New
smokes.
York 7-Eleven. It was reported that a bandit would intentionally steal cups of Slurpee nearly every day for a month while taunting employees.
Dude
as
was
he
at
walks
least
out.
like 9
The
feet
culprit
tall,
was said
9
to be
feet 6.
described as a large man in his late 30s to early 40s. The 7-Eleven employees have stated that they tried to catch the man, but were unable to since he committed the thefts during the store's busiest hours. Police have yet to find the man.
That's crazy. Alright. On the story 2, guys. On the story 2. May I ask you something?
In 2017, I was still living in Australia.
Cool year,
as an
cool year.
international
2017.
exchange student. During most of that
Nice
time,
year, man,
I also
nice year.
had to work a job at 7-Eleven to pay for my expenses that weren't covered by the exchange program. The only hours I was available to work were the night shift, which was a grueling experience. It didn't help that the area was pretty sketchy. The 7-Eleven is where all the homeless people, gangbangers, and streetwalkers flocked to late at night, and the high crime rate made everything that much more chaotic. There was usually
Holy
some kind of
shit.
bad element loitering in or
What'd he
around
do?
the store, which always put me on edge. The second I looked away, somebody would be fighting, stealing, dealing, or sneaking off into the bathroom for 45 minutes doing who knows what. I didn't get paid enough to do anything about it, but it was always anxiety inducing just to be stuck in there to run the register. All that aside, there was only one night working there that was just too much for me to handle. Actually, I still have nightmares about this experience.
What
It
happened,
was just that frightening. Oddly enough, the night started out as a better night than most, which to me meant there wasn't anything weird or sketchy happening outside and nobody was causing trouble inside. Everything was pretty bearable for about 2 hours, but then at around 1 a.m., the night took a turn for the worse. A trans woman walked in holding an axe. She gave me the creeps just
You
for
good,
the
bro?
empty look in her eyes, and the fact that she was carrying that
You
axe
gonna
was
walk
all
in with
the
an
more
axe,
unsettling.
dude?
For a second, she just stood in the front of the door and stared at me.
Excuse me, ma'am.
See, that's why you gotta
Bring
keep
that
a keep
here.
a shoddy under the desk. You coulda.
Suddenly, she raised the axe into
Feel
the
me?
air, then stepped towards the register before dropping it onto the counter. I jumped
You!
back instinctively, thinking
you
that I was
doing?
about to get robbed. But then the woman leaned over and said the most disturbing thing.
You know this axe means I can get into your store whenever I want, right?
Yeah.
You know why? See that glass right there on your door?
Yeah.
This axe could go right through it.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't even there.
Okay.
So don't tell me what I can and can't bring in here.
Alright,
Alright?
alright.
Because I can get to you whenever I want.
Alright, that's
I'm
cool.
sure it could, and I'm sure
Alright, that's
you
cool,
could.
man.
But what? Huh? What are you gonna say to me?
I bit my tongue and held myself back from threatening to call the police for the moment. I was afraid of what her reaction might be. She didn't seem to be all right in the head, and you just can't predict people like that.
How can I help you? Help me? What do you mean, help me? Do you think I need help? What? No,
Bruh, see?
Like,
Yo, this is why you gotta
anything
keep
I
a
can get
shoddy
for you
under the
from
desk,
store.
bruh.
Don't.
I would've
cop
blew
an
a junk
attitude
back
with me, punk.
in GTA.
You know what else this axe could cut through with ease? Your skull. So shut up. Ma'am, if you threaten me again, I'll have to call the cops.
Why would you say that?
Felt like pulling the pin
Why
on a
would you?
grenade, but it was my only
Look at
option
her.
to
Look at
deal
her.
with
Why
her
would
as
you
she was
say that,
becoming
bruh?
increasingly aggressive.
You must want a
and could
skull,
resort to
axe in your
violence
skull,
at
my
any
guy.
moment. Her jaw clenched up and she gave me a death glare, causing me
Oh
to back
my
away in fear.
gosh.
She chewed on what I said for a very tense few seconds before responding.
You're gonna call the cops on me? Why? What did I do wrong? Nothing. You just have
You
a
just
problem
threatened
with
me.
me, don't you? Is it because the way I look? All you imbeciles are all the same.
Yo, what's up with
Every
this?
one of you. Well, I don't want anything
That's why I
from
gotta
your
keep
crummy store anyway.
telling you, bruh.
loser.
At last, she took the
Alright,
axe
you
in
left?
her hand,
You leaving?
backed off, then stormed
Thank
out of
you.
the store.
Thank
I
you.
breathed a sigh of relief that
That's
she
why you gotta
didn't
keep a
swing that
12
axe
gauge
on
under the
anyone, but my
desk,
heart
bruh.
was
Like,
still racing,
I would've.
and there was a mark on the counter from where she dropped the head of the axe onto it. A few minutes later, a female patron came walking into the store, followed by a male. They shopped around the aisles for a bit before coming up to the register around the same time. I
Okay.
started cashing out the female customer first, but just as I was about done scanning her items, my heart sank as I saw that same woman from earlier walk through the door again, still holding the
What's
axe.
wrong with her?
This time, she looked enraged, far more than before. That's when I saw the male patron engaging with the woman as she stared
Yo,
him down
run!
with the
Why are
axe,
you
saying,
even?
What are you looking at?
What are you doing with that axe?
Why do you care?
Because you could hurt somebody with that thing.
You're right.
In a flash, the woman lunged over and lifted the axe to do the unthinkable.
Holy
What the hell is wrong with
shit!
The male patron immediately collapsed, bleeding
Bruh,
profusely.
why
having
would he
taken the
do-
blow for
what?
The female patron who tried to run away, but all hell broke loose when that psycho woman chased after her and struck her from behind, dropping her to the ground. Finally, the psycho looked back at me. I'll never forget the expression.
Why do you
on her
have
face.
that, bro?
Half unbridled psychotic rage, half deer in the headlights. I thought she was about to come after me, but something must have spooked her, because after a moment, she suddenly sprinted
Are you
away.
serious?
I thought both the man and the woman were dead, but they started to make noises. That awful moaning of the gravely injured is something
Oh,
I'll
they
never
not dead?
forget. I called Triple-O and tried to do what I could for them before the ambulance arrived. By that time, it was out of my hands. I was a mess, totally distraught. I thought neither of them would make it, but miraculously, they both survived.
They
It was alleged
survived?
that while the psycho was running away,
What?
she started chasing multiple random pedestrians on the street, trying to take a swing at them. Luckily, she didn't injure anyone else further. I still
That's
don't
not
know
funny,
why
but
she
yo,
attacked those other people
what is
and
going
not me.
on, bro?
I
What
try not
city
to
is
wonder
this?
too much. Of course, everything was on camera. She was caught and put in prison.
How did
That
they
does nothing to
survive,
erase the
bro?
memory.
Ew.
This story was
First of
inspired
all-
by a viral incident that occurred at a Sydney 7-Eleven that shocked the nation. Here is the footage prior to the random attack. The woman has been sentenced to 9 years behind bars. After a follow-up, it has been said that her jail term will be increased by 5 years. What makes this case more disturbing
First
was
of
how
all-
the woman alleges that she did not remember anything.
Nah, bro. Crazy. First of all, why would this dude even walk up there and say, "Oh, you can hurt somebody with that"? What are you doing, bro? Yeah, I thought they was out of there. This is why you got to keep a 12 gauge under the, you know what I'm saying, the desk, bro. He could have easily blew her junk back in GTA. But alright, guys, that's gonna wrap this video up, man. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, man, and see you on the next video, bro. I'm out. Peace.